Your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Johnny Height, let's start with you.
Yes, sir.
Whoa. I have long since made the argument that Yoko Ono was complicit in breaking up the Beatles, and of course you poo-pooed me at every step of the way. But frequent emailer Tom Wilson writes, I just finished the book Paul McCartney, Many Years From Now by Barry Miles. I highly recommend it. Don't know if John Height has read it. Here is a quote from John Lennon himself from the chapter on making the White Album on page 491. When I met Yoko is when you meet your first woman and you leave the guys at the bar and you don't go play football anymore and you don't go play snooker and billiards. Maybe some guys like to do it every Friday night or something and continue that relationship with the boys. But once I found that woman, the boys became of no interest whatsoever other than they were old friends. You know, hi, how are you? How's your wife? The old gang of mine was over the moment I met her. I didn't consciously know it at the time, but that's what was going on. As soon as I met her, that was the end of the boys. But it so happened that the boys were well known and weren't just the local guys at the bar. The way I read that, Tom writes, I think Yoko Ono bears at least partial responsibility. I rest my case, John. I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you that you've always been wrong. You've just been wrong.
A 10% one on that one. A 10%.
10%? You get it from Lennon's own. You get it from John Lennon's own mouth.
Well, no, because that'd be the same as if you said, because I met a woman, my job no longer exists. His job was the Beatles. They broke up because they started to fight and bicker. It had nothing to do with Yoko Ono.
Especially once he dragged her in there and put her on a couch.
Well, all the Beatles have been quoted basically as saying it was no big deal that she was in there.
Yeah,
it was,
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, okay,
John,
she bears. Yeah,
John, like you, they're wrong.
They're wrong. The Beatles don't know what they're talking about.
I agree she was, part of the dynamic, but I don't think she's what broke up the Beatles. How's that? Is that better? I don't know.
Sure. It's not really worth arguing about.
Oh, I think it is.
Yeah.
By the way, they're overrated, just so you know.
Way overrated.
I'll come through the screen and I'll slap
John, you can't be taking them seriously.
Oh, you're right.
Playing their Sears and Roebuck garbage instruments.
Wow.
Ringo trying to keep up.
Fabulous drummer. One of the great drummers of rock and roll.
Anyway.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to quit the show now.
In fact, John, there's a line, isn't there? Ringo's drumming is like 2 tennis shoes and a dryer. Wasn't that?
No, that was the Grateful Dead guy.
Yeah, that was the Grateful Dead.
Kenny, this is so easy.
Yeah.
I did see well, never mind.
No, what do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a drummer. Well, you can't do both. Boom, boom, boom.
Wait, no, you got to prepare me for that.
Yeah.
You know why the drummer joined the band?
Why?
Because his girlfriend had a room.
No, he wanted to hang out with musicians.
Yeah.
All right.
Joe, weren't you a drummer?
Yep.
How'd that work out for you, Banana?
Look where it got.
Laughing at fart jokes.
Got a new button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ringo Starr, I think, is a tremendous drummer.
Yeah,
tremendous drummer.
I agree.
Paul McCartney is an unbelievable bass player. Oh, I just hate him so much. He's so good. Drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm. He's also a good drummer.
Took a weird. He actually, McCartney is a good drummer.
Yes, he is.
How
about Dave Grohl's almost a better drummer than the drummer they got, Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah,
Taylor Hawkins. Yeah.
So Taylor Hawkins is Foo Fighters' best singer, but he's the drummer. But Dave Grohl's the guitar player and singer, but he's the best. He's the best drummer.
Well, that's the line about Nirvana.
Huh?
Nirvana's best guitar player was their drummer.
Yeah.
By the way, Kenny, I know you'll appreciate this. Years ago, Mr. Height was nice enough to get a couple of tickets along with his family for me and my wife to attend the Paul McCartney concert at Target Field. And I sat next to John, and every song that came on, I made John go insane for 3 hours sitting next to him at that concert.
Why? What did you do?
Just look over and eye roll?
Well, no, it was a bunch of Beatles one-liners. The stuff, the needle we give him off the air all the time. It was that. And I had a designated driver, so I'm sure I was extra obnoxious.
It was a great concert.
Yeah, it was.
It was. And none of that bothered me, Chris. What bothered me was with about 5 songs left, him and his wife got up and left. Wait a minute, this is Paul McCartney. You
Well,
can't leave.
A, she was pregnant with this guy at the
Yeah,
time.
whatever.
And she looked at me and said, "We're going." And I said, "Okay."
After 5 songs?
No. With
No,
5
with
to
about
go.
5 left.
Oh,
Because it wasn't a long show, wasn't it? About 3 hours.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
long show.
Yeah.
when was that? 2013?
Yes.
Oh,
No, it
2014?
was 2014 because
2014.
she was pregnant with the little guy.
Yeah, 2014. You know why we're talking about this?
Why?
Because you're out of material.
Because I lost an hour of my life again. This has happened twice now in 2 weeks. Where I'm down here in the mayor's office, and I'm going through websites and I'm printing things, and I look at my watch and I think, well, it's 10:30. No, it was 11:30. I'm trying to think what I read that was so engrossing that I lost an hour.
You know what I think? I think what time it is. It's time for you to get a new watch.
Oh, God.
What are you in 4th grade?
Oh, my God.